you are fully sick. No, you're fully sick. No, mate, you are fully sick, mate. G'day and welcome to chapter 26 of my RX323 Resto videos. I'm back. Yes, I've made it. Thank you very much to all the people for all the nice messages I received over the last few weeks. It's very nice to hear from you and really encouraging, even though I probably have never met you, but it's really nice to get your support. So thank you very much. So a few things have happened. Well, I haven't done anything in 6 weeks, but I'm about to embark on a few more things on the car. One of the first things I do, I just button up some of the wiring under the bonnet and just make sure it's all waterproof and easy to access if I need to do stuff to some of the components like the coils now on the car. And I also get out my new tacho, and you'll see that it's fully sick. Also, thanks for all your comments, thanks for liking the videos, and thanks for subscribing to my channel now. My subscribers are up to nearly 1,500 people, so thank you, which is really nice. And I've taken some of your advice and I've got this. Say hello to my little friend. It is a microphone, so you should be able to hear me a bit better. So you'll see some of the videos in this chapter are shot without this, and I'm sorry for the poor quality audio, but you'll see some videos I shot with this, with the audio, which is a lot better. So you should be able to hear me a lot better now. So thank you for everyone for that feedback. It made me go out and do something like get a microphone, which wasn't that expensive. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so I've pulled the wiring harness back out of the car just to fix up the wiring, obviously. So what I am happy with, I'm happy with all the engine injectors, throttle position switch, coolant temp, that's all fine, and the earth to the engine is all fine. What I'm not happy with is the back of the coils here. So you remember the problems I had before with the coils being wired up wrong. It's just a pain unbolting the coils. So what I've gone and done, I've gone and bought a waterproof plug from JCar, maybe like $8 or something like that. So I'm going to put that in there, so I only have to unplug that if I have to undo the coils rather than pull the whole, all this off and all that sort of stuff, and to get to the wires. And I'm going to fix up, so this is where it goes inside the car, down through to the ECU plugs here, but these couple of wires here go right across the car to oil pressure sender, feed wires for the fuel pump and all that sort of stuff. So I want to put them into one plug, but they're inside the car, so I don't need a waterproof plug there. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so I've stripped back all the wires and put the little waterproofing plug on the wires first, and then crimped on these new terminals. Ready to go on this waterproof plug, because this one's going underneath the bonnet, so you want all those connectors to be waterproof. So now what I'm going to do is just drop a bit of solder on all of these joints, just so I maintain a really good contact. Light them up. Okay, so I've got all them together now. I've just popped in the retainer, so the wires and that, and pushed in the back of the waterproof part. I've popped in the little green holder in there, which just holds the wires in, and I'm just pushing now in the waterproof part. There we go. So now when I undo the coils, I only have to undo 4 bolts and the whole thing comes out, and then that just snaps together like that. Perfect. Okay, so I got this nice package today in the mail. Invoice, have a look what we got. Are you ready? Ta-da! How cool is that? Monster tacho! Okay, I thought I'd just give you a quick overview of the tack. So that's it. It's 5-inch, auto gauge by auto meter, 10 grain tacho. It comes with the tacho, shift light, and a bracket for mounting it. So it's pretty straightforward. You got a few wires that just plugs into the shift light. Obviously your black, your earth, red's power. The white lead is to illuminate the tacho at night, and the green is the feed from either your coil or the ECU. So that'll go into my ECU. So now it's time to mount it up. I've already started trying to do stuff. I'm looking around the car. I think I've found a good area to mount it. I was thinking about on the dash or maybe on the tunnel somewhere, but I'll show you inside the car in a sec. So what I've done, this is the bracket. I've made up this little aluminium bracket, and I've put in just some squash nuts again into it. And actually one of them stripped, so I'll have to redo it. So that'll just go on there like that, and then I'll mount this up under the dash, and I'll show you the spot that I found under the dash, which is really tricky, a trick bit to mount it up. So it should be nice and solid. Let's have a look. Okay, I was thinking to myself, where am I going to mount this? So I thought maybe I'll mount it there, but there's not really much room in it, and it hits the glass, and there's not much room to mount it on there. I thought maybe up there, but then I thought, it sticks out a bit like dog's balls. And I thought maybe just mounting it down here on the tunnel floor, but even still, then I have to drill. I'm trying to avoid as much as I can as drilling and cutting into the car as much as possible. And then I did something, I'll show you. So what I did is I slid the ashtray out, pushed down on that, slide it out. I'm not sure if you can see, in there, up there, is a 10mm bolt, and it's a solid mount just up there. So I've undone that bolt, and I'm going to mount that little bracket that I showed you before up to there, and then it can just hang here, and then it will look like it's hanging in free air, but it's actually mounted solidly up to that point there. So I think that's the best spot for it. Then I don't have to chop into anything. I can run the wires up with all the other wiring, which is pretty ugly sitting down there. I haven't mounted it back up the ECUs and that yet. But yeah, I think I'll mount it up there. Then it'll be nice and clear, just sitting down there. Okay, so I've made up this little bracket to mount up underneath the dash. And you see I've put in the two little squash nut things. One's fine, and it turns in really nicely, or will be fine. But the other one didn't work so well. When I pulled it to squash it, as you can see there's squash behind the bracket, it pulled the thread through. So I have to put another one in that spot. So I'll just quickly do that now. So I'll just drill out with my 7mm drill, just the aluminium thing. That's all you need to do. Just take the end off it. That's it. Comes out easy. I'll put a new one in. That's it. Nice and easy. We'll mount it up now, see how it goes. Just make sure that still turns in there alright. Perfect. Job done. So the bolt that was in the dash, this is the one that was in the dash, and this is the one I'm putting back in. You can see it's just a little bit longer just to take up that extra depth of the bracket so it doesn't be too short. Okay, there's the bracket all done and nice and tight, and you can see the little bolts, little Allen key bolts down there all done and bolted up tight. And there's the tacho all mounted up. I've still got to do all the wiring and plug all the wiring in, but you can see it's all there and it's all free under here. It's all nice and tight. See, I think that's a good spot for it. It's out of the way, so when I got my foot down here on the clutch, it's way out of the way. It's out of the way of the passenger. It doesn't impede any of the viewing when you're driving. So yeah, I think that's a good spot for it. So I'll leave it there. Okay, now that I've got it all mounted up under the dash, it's time to wire it up. So this is what I've done to it. So I have cut the end off the wire and plugged it. So a 4-pin plug there, so that's just the 4 pins that I need. And I've run the 4 other wires to where they need to go: the earth, the power, the lighting, and the feed from the ECU. So I'll show you under the dash how I've done this. So there's the mount for the tacho, and as you can see in the background there's a plug that I've wired in to the wiring harness. So going to the left side down to the ECU, I've got the feed coming out of the ECU, which then you can just see the little white wire just taped in there, and then on the other side it comes up underneath here, and you can see the green and the red wire. The green wire is going to be for illumination and the red wire is going to be for power. I've already done the black wire, which is just mounted up just up there. You can see where it's earthed up there. So that's pretty straightforward to wire it up. Now the next thing is to see if it works. That didn't go to plan. Just doing a quick few checks and to find out why the car's trying to start, but not really starting. And I've got a bit of a voltage drop across through the ignition switch with all the components. These cars are obviously never designed to have fuel injection and running all that current through the ignition switch. So I might have to try and nut out a way, and I think I've got an idea how I can sort this out. So you'll see that in the next episode. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video as well. Tell your friends to watch the video, and thank you for all the comments. And just for one comment, yes, this is a very small garage, and yes, you cannot swing a cat in here, but I love it because it's right next to my house and I can come and go whenever I like. But I'd like it bigger. But anyhow, my dream would be to have a big garage, hoist and all that sort of stuff in there. Anyhow, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.